Okay, hello. I'm midway through, well I hope I'm midway through this repair. I've been asked to look at a DAB radio and none of the buttons are working very... oh god. Oh, which way did that go in? Wasn't expecting that to come out. Right, so none of the buttons are working. Obviously I've taken it apart and there are a few buttons. How we focus? There are a few buttons on here that do not work, or work very poorly. The select button and the standby button need to be replaced. So I've had a look in my box of spare buttons and I've got two candidates. One is slightly too short and the other one is comically too large. So I thought I would try and cut one of these ones down, but all that does is it doesn't work very well. It distorts the plastic. So rather than do that, I thought my plan is to put one of these ones on, which is a little bit too short, and just raise the entire button. Not put the... if I put this on but I don't put the whole button flush to the board, it should raise it up enough to be the right height. So hopefully that'll work. So I've got 1, 2 which are iffy, so I'll replace them and I'll see how well they click when I hold them on the back of here. So that's my job for this afternoon. I've got my soldering iron heated up. Okay, I shall use... I'll try my solder sucker. Let's see if we can push these out. That's it. So this one is a little bit short, like I said. Hopefully I'll be able to just raise it off the board. See the difference in height. Oh, this one. So they're about the same height. So that fits in the back of here. Let's have a look. There's the ribbon cable. That fits on there. And it was the power button. Let's go nice. Click to it. It's got a better click than the other ones now. It's got to be strong enough. So I'll replace this select one, which is the important one for the menu. Right, that's that one out. So here's a replacement. Put that one in. Keep it about the right height. That looks good to me. So before I do anything else, I'm going to test them buttons again, because I don't want to put it back together and find it still doesn't work. This is the new one. Yep. Down button. Yes. The volume, I think you've got to go from one of these gold ones on the side. Yes. Alarm. Yes. And the new one. Yes. Okay, let's put this back together. It's got a ribbon cable which goes in there. goes in there. That's got to go in there. I hate ribbon cables. That's in, I think. That goes on there. The man downstairs decided to do some drilling. Or hoovering or whatever he's doing. These three cables come to the back. So I've got to put this in the front first. When I took this out, I made a note, front and up. Yes, I'm going to put it back together fully because I'm quite confident that it's been fixed. The gentleman who owns this radio, he has a menagerie of spiders and insects. So I think he's used this in his, where he keeps his vivariums, because it's full of tiny little flies. I don't know what they are. I'm assuming the fruit flies. I used to keep a few tarantulas and snakes myself when I was younger. Had some corn snakes, Hog Island boa. I had loads of different types of tarantulas. This is the tricky bit. They never give you enough cables to play with. I might be able to take that board out and then plug the cables in. There's one, there's two, and the speaker goes in like so, and it's back together. Lovely. I'm going to put two in. And then we'll test it. So I know it works because I've had it tuned into 97.1, which I think's Metro radio. But it was a struggle because the buttons are so intermittent. Okay. Switch on. Time not set. You can't see that, can you? It's too dark. So I've got scanning at the moment. Lift this up. No DAB station, it says. So if I do what was not working, select wasn't working, menu, manual tune. Now what's happened if I press select? I've got DAB manual tune. If I press select, it doesn't do anything. Standby button works. Manual tune. See, it's not. It's going to manual tune, FM. Right. Now I've got some. I'm on FM. Now if I leave that on, I'm going to get a copyright strike, aren't I? So I need some talking. Now I've pressed a button. I've pressed the button to go up, and it's gone to alarm setup. So the buttons seem to be mixed up. Now volumes come on. So the buttons are doing different things. The up is doing the volume. The volume button the controls are jumping all over the place. FM scan setting, FM audio setting, FM system select. That select's not working properly. I don't think it's the button. It might be that ribbon cable. I wonder if it's this ribbon cable in here. It's probably not plugged in far enough. So I'll have to take all these back out. Right, I'm hoping it's this ribbon cable. This only goes in one way. Definitely. So I'll pop some IPA in there. On the end of that ribbon cable. Right, that's definitely in all the way. I've got a bit of deja vu going on. There's actually no need for me to put this back in this case. I can test it outside of the case. Right, take 2. Welcome. Time not set. Stand by. Right, mode. DAB. FM. Set time. So the up and down buttons are working. FM auto tuning. FM system. Scan settings. Audio settings. System. And you cannot see the blooming thing, can you? See if I can turn it up. Menu. Backlight. System backlight. Select. Am I pressing the right ones? The radio's working. The volume's working better now. Audio settings. System. Right. Hold info menu to enter the menu. Press up and down to scroll. Right. Scan settings. Audio settings. System. Select. But select just takes us to scanning. It seems to be stuck in scanning mode. Right. So time not set is when it's switched off and in standby mode. So now I'm on radio. This little radio is driving me nuts. It's just completely, it's got a life of its own. I'm not sure if this select button is sticking. So I've managed to get the factory reset. Factory reset, no and yes. So I'll go for yes. Now it's restarting. We're on time not set. So we've switched it on and it came up to scanning. Scanning 0 stations. No DAB station. Backlight, high, medium and low. So we're on high, so I don't think the backlight's working. I'll go to FM, no radio station. So the select button is working, but you've got to press it really quick. Let's see if I can find a talking radio. I've got 97.1 on the radio. I've got 3 presets. Preset 1, preset 2 and preset 3. It's awful. It's just an awful radio. That's the top and bottom of it. The buttons are working. It's been online. It's been online. It's set its time 16:52. Yep. It's set the date and the time automatically. I don't know how it did that. DAB mode, which doesn't seem to pick up anything. If you go into FM mode, the best thing to do is just to manually search for the channels yourself, for the radio stations. Do a manual search for the radio stations, because scanning takes forever. And that's it really. It's just awful. I thought DAB radio was supposed to be the future of radio, but not when I put them into little boxes like this. But it's working, and I hope my friend can use it now. 2 new switches, that's all it took. Right, so these are the 2 faulty switches, and I'm just wondering if I can work out why they are faulty by opening them up. and doing it without cutting my fingers off. They don't look too bad actually, do they? There's a little bit of corrosion on the side there, on both sides where they touch these. Oh, look, there's more corrosion on this side. Just there. You just see a bit of corrosion on there. Tiny amount really for the problems that it's caused. Yep, just, I mean that's a tiny amount of corrosion in there. Oh, look at that. Something's getting in. Anyway, they're cheap enough to replace. They're fairly easy to replace. It's not worth trying to open them up and clean them out. Just get them replaced. And that's it for today. I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope it's working on something a bit nicer than this awful radio. Thanks for watching.